Hello, this is the Daily Forex Report for February 13th. We are looking at the U.S.-Japanese yen pair. This pair moved higher, continued moving higher on Friday, did gap just a little bit, retraced that gap already. We are looking for this pair to continue its move to the upside. Look for it to potentially go as high as 84.02. On a pullback, possibly moving down to 82.81, and look for some resistance around 83.75. And look for some support around 83.11. Now the Euro USD, this pair moved to the downside, gapped a significant amount, has pulled back from there. We are looking for this pair to continue overall moving sideways. Look for it to potentially go as high as 136.99, possibly as low as 133.77. Look for some resistance around 136.19, and look for some support around 134.95. Now the pound US dollar pair, this pair moved to the downside. You can see it's been moving that way for a little bit. Overall though, if you look long term, it is moving sideways to a large degree. Look for it to potentially go as high as 161.89, possibly as low as 158.48. Look for some resistance around 161.35. and look for some support around 159.50. Now the US Swiss, this pair continues to move to the upside, moved higher, did gap a little bit, has retraced that gap. Look for it to continue moving higher, possibly up to 0.9620, possibly moving lower to 0.9832. Look for some resistance around 0.9775. and look for some support around 0.9675. Okay, now as far as news announcements go, we have the Reserve Bank board minutes for the Australian dollar being released at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. That's for their February meeting, or their February minutes of their meeting that's being released. A lot of times this really has no effect on the market, due to the fact that the information from that meeting has already been released, but it is at least worth noting. Now, what am I looking for over this next session? Well, if you see here, the Euro USD did gap down. We have a very large percentage of the time, roughly 89.1% of the time, it will retrace to the previous Friday's close. During this week, basically Friday until Friday, we have a very large chance that it will retrace. Now it's already retraced some, but there's a little bit of a gap still from where it closed on Friday to where the high has been. So if you drop down to the hour time frame, what I'm looking to do, you can even drop a little bit lower if you want to the 15-minute time frame. What I'm going to look to do is go ahead and put a horizontal line there at the high of this new session so far, and then a line at the close, and I'm going to look to trade between those lines, knowing that we have a very high percentage of the time that it's going to go through there. You can see here we have about a 14 pip move between the two. So right now it moved higher, it's rolled back over and has moved lower. I assume this will occur. It will move like this for a while. Then over the next session, the odds are in our favor that it will go through that area, creating 14 pips on this gap. I hope that helps. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.